Hi Virgo, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing a Celtic Cross reading for you, a Celtic Cross spread. I've already cleared the energy of the cards and pulled all your cards. So 10 card Celtic Cross spread with an extra advice card at the very end. That's this card over here on the right, the Two of Swords reversed. So let's start with your first card, the Six of Cups. This card, top left, represents your current situation. This is Scorpio energy. So this is a card of childhood memories, revisiting the past, healing. It's a card of innocence, joy, nostalgia, comfort, acceptance, kindness. Could represent old friends, having new hope, reunions, past influences. So this card is telling me that there's a strong pull toward the past. So nostalgia, old relationships, or familiar emotional patterns. This can be comforting, but it can also keep you stuck in outdated dynamics. And then what's crossing you or what's challenging you or your situation or what you're celebrating. Your second card is the Wheel of Fortune, and it came out reversed. When a card comes out reversed, it just means you're getting extra protection from spirit. So this card is all about resistance to change or breaking cycles or delays, a lack of control, unwelcome changes, setbacks, no control or clinging to control issues. So this card is telling me that things may feel out of control or stuck. And the challenge isn't just bad luck, it's resisting change or trying to force timing instead of adapting to it. And then your third card is your foundation message, the basis of your situation or foundation. And you got the Page of Cups. And it came out reversed. So pages are messengers. The Page of Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. So for your foundation message, this card's all about emotional vulnerability, an imbalance of emotions, emotional immaturity, insecurity, neglecting your inner child, insecurity, ignoring your inner voice, ignoring your inner child, creative blocks. Childhood issues again is coming up. Childhood issues again, and the first one could be about childhood issues too, the first card. So this card is telling me that at the root, there may be emotional immaturity, avoidance, or difficulty expressing your feelings clearly. This can show up as mixed signals, denial, or unrealistic expectations. It's a card of disappointment, doubting your intuition, emotional wounds. And then your fourth card is the Five of Swords. This card represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. It came out upright. This is Aquarius energy. This is about bullying, intimidation, conflict, sneakiness, winning at all costs. It's competition, it's loss, abandonment, betrayal, surrender, walking away, destruction. So This energy still lingers. Conflict, tension, or a win at all costs situation still lingers. There may have been arguments, betrayal, or unresolved resentment that's shaping the present, facing consequences. This is a card of abuse, deception, self-sacrifice, dishonor, fighting back, standing up for yourself. This card is about being abandoned by those who you placed absolute trust in. There's a lack of communication here. This could represent the loss of someone who you were close with. Unfair play, dishonor, destruction. And then your near future, what's likely to happen very soon in your life, is the Ace of Pentacles, and it came out reversed. Extra protection, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So this is lost opportunities, missed chances, instability again, a lack of planning, a lack of foresight, a struggle within yourself, scarcity, stinginess, materialism. So there may have been a missed or delayed opportunity. Often practical, money, work, stability, or a chance to build something solid. It doesn't mean never, but it suggests hesitation, poor timing, or a lack of follow through. And then your sixth card is the outcome you desire most in your situation, and you got the Page of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. This is about someone who is communicative, is planning, protective, guarded, has a thirst for knowledge, has new ways of communicating. It can represent petty gossip, someone who's independent, someone who clashes with authority, is curious, is restless. This card is telling you to think before you speak. It's about being truthful and direct. It's telling you to use your head. You're speaking out. You're fighting injustice. It's telling you don't get drawn into arguments. It's a card of honesty, inspiration, education. Patience is needed. You have a very sharp mind. You have mental agility. You're vigilant, inspired, alert. You want clarity. You want the truth, and maybe a fresh start mentally. You want to understand what's really going on. There's curiosity, but also a tendency to overthink or to watch rather than act. And then your self-image, how you see yourself. You have the Six of Wands, your self-image, Leo energy. This is a card of success, victory, triumph, rewards, recognition, praise, acclaim, pride, progress, self-confidence, stability, being a leader. Being in the spotlight is a card of leadership, applause, winning. You see yourself as capable, successful, or deserving recognition. There's the confidence is there, but it might rely a bit on external validation. And then your environment is the Eight of Pentacles, and it came out upright. The Eight of Pentacles is represented by you, Virgo, showing up in your reading here. high standards, hard work, self-employed, success again, attention to detail, confidence again, passion, diligence, commitment, expertise, talented, ambitious, achieving your goals, financial security, repetitive tasks, attention to detail. So others see you as hardworking, focused, and trying to improve. There's an energy of effort and dedication around you, even if internally you feel stuck. And then your ninth card represents your hopes and fears, what you hope for and or fear the most in your situation. And you got the Eight of Cups reversed, Pisces energy. So this is a card of avoidance, a fear of change, a fear of loss, indecision, aimlessly drifting, walking away, accepting less, monotony, stagnation, staying in a bad situation. But it's also a card of hope, great joy, happiness. So this card tells me you're afraid to walk away even if something isn't fulfilling. There's hope that things will improve, but also fear of letting go or facing the unknown. And then your last card, number 10, represents the outcome if all is to remain as is, your future message. And you got the Nine of Cups reversed, Pisces energy. So this card is about materialism again, disappointment again. It's a card that talks about a lack of fulfillment, a lack of inner joy, low self-esteem. It could represent addictions, eating disorders, arrogance, immaturity, gluttony, underachievement, unhappiness, devastation, a lack of fulfillment, snobbery. So if nothing changes, there's a sense of dissatisfaction. On the surface, things might look fine, but emotionally, something feels off, like a wish that doesn't fully satisfy. And then the advice card is the Two of Swords, and it came out reversed. Libra energy. So the Two of Swords is about indecision again. When I say again, it just means Spirit's repeating the message. It's about imbalance again, delays again, stalemate. It's about being emotionally guarded, emotional coldness, emotional detachment. It's confusion, having to choose between the lesser of two evils, no right choice, feeling hesitant, anxious. But the truth will be revealed. This is a card of information overload, holding on to anxiety or resentment, being overly cautious. It's a card of overwhelming fears, worry, anxiety, stress, mental turmoil. The advice from Spirit is to stop avoiding the decision. There's something that you already know deep down but are choosing not to face. And the advice is to confront it honestly and make a clear choice, even if it's uncomfortable. So you could be someone who's caught between the past and the need to move forward. There's emotional hesitation, avoidance, and a reluctance to let go, which is blocking new opportunities. The main shift comes from facing reality directly and making a decision instead of waiting for things to change on their own. So this reading tells me you're letting go of the past and facing reality because avoidance is keeping you stuck and dissatisfied. So make the decision you've been avoiding and move forward honestly. Okay, Virgo, so that's your reading for today. Thank you for allowing me to channel these messages. Take great care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.